When you close your eyes, everything gradually becomes blurry. Your body remains still on the bed, but your mind drifts off to distant places that feel no different from everyday life. But what exactly is happening to your consciousness when you sleep? If sleep were simply a time for rest, then why does your mind have the ability to create an entirely new world, vivid conversations, thrilling scenarios, sometimes even more realistic than when you're awake? Science tells us that sleep is a time for the brain to recover, but that doesn't explain why we dream of things we've never seen, or why some people experience out-of-body phenomena during sleep. If the brain is merely resting, why does it become more active when you dream than when you're awake? The truth about consciousness in sleep is far deeper than we've ever imagined. To truly understand this, we need to analyze each stage that consciousness goes through while we sleep. Is consciousness really confined to the brain, or is something else going on? Since ancient times, sleep has been seen as a bridge between the visible and invisible worlds. The ancient Egyptians believed that the soul could leave the body during sleep to journey through different realms. In tomb wall inscriptions, the Ba was described as a bird with a human head, freely flying between the physical world and the spirit world. The ancient Greeks also told stories that, during sleep, Hypnos, the god of sleep, would guide the human soul to other realms, where they would meet strange beings and even foresee the future. In the Indian epic Mahabharata, there are tales of sages traveling using their light body, while their physical body remained in deep meditative sleep. The strange commonality is this: across all continents and eras, civilizations speak of one idea. When we sleep, human consciousness is not still but journeys through other worlds. The philosopher Plato once wrote that the soul, while sleeping, could access deeper layers of knowledge far beyond ordinary perception. In Eastern culture, Taoism and Buddhism describe sleep experiences as dream walking into the middle realm, a place where souls freely interact, learn, or even face challenges. If ancient civilizations saw sleep as a journey of the soul, modern science offers a different perspective, a measurable, analytical approach. And surprisingly, instead of diminishing the mystery, science has made sleep more mysterious than ever. Since the early 20th century, when people began asking more serious questions about sleep, they realized one thing: sleep isn't merely a shutdown state for rest, but a complex process that unfolds in multiple stages, each hiding strange secrets about consciousness and the inner world of the mind. In 1953, Eugene Osirinsky and Nathaniel Kleitman at the University of Chicago discovered the REM stage, when our eyes move rapidly beneath our eyelids during deep sleep. Kleitman's studies identified that our sleep follows 90-minute cycles, during which the body and brain go through 4 to 5 different stages each night. Stage 1. Light sleep, when consciousness begins to fade, sometimes accompanied by sleep starts, a feeling of suddenly falling. Stage 2. Deeper sleep, when brain activity slows down, though it still reacts to loud noises. Stage 3. True deep sleep, where the body recovers, tissues regenerate, and the immune system is strengthened. REM stage, the strangest stage, when the eyes move rapidly, brain activity becomes as intense as during wakefulness, and vivid dreams occur frequently. So when you sleep, is consciousness truly still confined within the brain? Most people believe that sleep is when the brain rests. But when observing brain activity, we discover something strange. During deep sleep, brain activity slows down. However, when dreaming begins in the REM stage, some regions of the brain become extremely active, even more active than when awake. The prefrontal cortex, responsible for logic and decision-making, becomes less active. This explains why dreams are often illogical and bizarre. In contrast, the visual and emotional processing centers become overly active, generating vivid images and intense emotions. This leads to a fundamental question. If the brain is more active during dreams, why do we still consider sleep a time for rest? The answer is, the brain doesn't rest in the way you think. It simply switches to a different mode. Instead of focusing on the external world, it turns inward to process data. Consciousness may not be shut off, but rather functioning on another level. Some later studies, such as those by Dr. Alan Rechtschaffen, revealed that when people are prevented from entering REM sleep, they quickly fall into a state of mental disturbance, as if deprived of a basic survival need. One of the most astonishing discoveries is that the brain can produce DMT, a powerful hallucinogen, also known as dimethyltryptamine. This substance can create surreal experiences, ranging from strange landscapes and encounters with non-physical entities to a sense of contact with an absolute truth. DMT exists in many plant species and also in the human brain. Many scientists believe that the brain releases DMT each night during REM sleep. This might explain why dreams can be so mystical and profound. Those who use synthetic DMT often describe experiences that resemble dreams. They see otherworldly realms, encounter strange beings, or feel as if cosmic secrets have been revealed. If the human brain does indeed produce DMT, are dreams a form of natural hallucination, or is there something deeper happening? If consciousness can be altered by chemicals, is the world we wake up to every day truly real or merely a version filtered through perception? There are thousands, even millions of stories about dreams in which the dreamer feels they've truly gone somewhere else, not just into the realm of imagination. It's during REM that we have the strangest experiences, dreams of surreal worlds, reunions with the departed, or the sensation of leaving the physical body. Most dreams occur beyond our control, but there's one special phenomenon where some people become aware that they are dreaming while still in the dream and can even control the dream world as if it were real life. This phenomenon is called lucid dreaming, and it proves one thing. When you're asleep, your mind can still function enough to make conscious decisions. Scientific studies have shown that lucid dreaming activates the prefrontal cortex, the brain region responsible for self-awareness. This means that even while sleeping, a part of you remains awake. But this raises a question. Why does this ability exist? If dreams were just random brain activity, then how is it possible for us to control them? Some people believe that lucid dreaming is not just a mental illusion, but actual evidence that consciousness is not entirely bound to the physical world. Spiritual traditions believe that during sleep, our consciousness can travel through various layers of existence. For example, in shamanism, dreams are considered spiritual journeys, where the soul can receive guidance or access hidden knowledge. Some Buddhist traditions also teach that dreams can be used as a form of practice for death, helping the soul navigate the spiritual realms after leaving the physical body. However, not all dreams are random or simply replay events from the day. Some dreams carry important messages, signs from the universe, or even premonitions of the future. Many people have reported dreaming of events that later actually happened in real life. This occurs because during sleep, our minds are no longer bound by the rules of the physical world. In the waking state, we live in a linear timeline, past, present, and future unfolding in fixed sequences. But in dreams, consciousness can operate in a reality where time is flexible, allowing us to access information beyond ordinary perception. Many scientists and researchers have taken a special interest in the phenomenon of prophetic dreams. One famous case is President Abraham Lincoln, who reportedly dreamt of his own death just days before his assassination. Another example is the many people who dreamt of major disasters before they occurred, such as the sinking of the Titanic or the 9/11 attacks. But how can one distinguish between an ordinary dream and a prophetic one? The key lies in the clarity and emotional intensity. Prophetic dreams are often extremely vivid, filled with specific details, and evoke a strong sense of realism. Many people who experience such dreams wake up with a deep feeling that what they saw was more than just a dream. Nightmares are among the most mysterious phenomena of sleep, and their origin goes far beyond merely reflecting daily stress. Often, nightmares carry symbolic messages from the subconscious, warning of emotional issues or even representing experiences in denser dimensions of the astral plane. But why do they happen, and can we control them? Neuroscientific research shows that the brain continues to process emotions during sleep, reorganizing memories and attempting to make sense of our feelings. However, on a deeper level, this may indicate that we are synchronizing with vibrational dimensions that match our internal states. Nightmares usually occur during the REM stage of sleep, when the brain is highly active and processing memories and emotions. Psychologists like Sigmund Freud believed that nightmares are suppressed expressions of fear and trauma from the subconscious. Many studies show that people who have experienced traumatic events, such as loss, extreme stress, or anxiety, are more likely to have frequent nightmares. This happens because the brain is trying to reorganize emotions and find a way to process difficult experiences. However, not all nightmares have a direct psychological cause. Some seem to originate from mysterious sources. While most people seek to avoid nightmares, certain spiritual traditions teach that they can be opportunities for learning. If a nightmare repeats, it may be trying to teach you something. In some astral projection schools, practitioners are trained to remain calm during nightmares and face them consciously. Often they discover that the monster in the dream is actually a repressed part of themselves seeking acceptance. If we can understand and reinterpret our nightmares, we can transform fear into self-awareness and inner growth. Some people wake up but cannot move. They are fully conscious, yet their bodies are paralyzed. This is known as sleep paralysis, a terrifying experience reported around the world. Sleep paralysis is a phenomenon where people feel an invisible force pressing down on them during sleep, making it difficult to move or breathe. Scientifically, it occurs when the brain awakens before the body does, and the muscles remain temporarily locked to prevent physical movement during dreams. However, some spiritual schools believe this state may occur when consciousness suddenly returns from an out-of-body experience, causing a brief perception of parallel dimensions. What's strange is that people from different cultures report seeing the same things: a shadowy figure, pressure on the chest, and the feeling of being watched. Why would unrelated individuals share such hallucinations? One theory suggests that this is not simply a brain malfunction, but a moment in which consciousness shifts to another state, allowing us to glimpse something we normally cannot perceive. If you experience this phenomenon, the most important thing is to stay calm, focus on your breath, try to move your fingers slowly, and remember that the experience is only temporary. Many people even use this state as a gateway to initiate a conscious out-of-body journey. One of the strangest aspects of dreams is the vividness and internal logic of certain dream worlds. Some people dream of places they've never been to, yet they feel familiar, with detailed architecture, distinct colors, and clear logical rules. Some even revisit the same unknown place repeatedly, as if living an alternate life in dreams. This phenomenon aligns well with a theory from quantum physics, the multiverse theory. It posits that countless versions of reality exist simultaneously. If this is true, then dreams may be a way for consciousness to slip into those alternate realities. Some researchers suggest that dreams are not merely imagination, but glimpses into parallel dimensions. In many ancient cultures and spiritual traditions, dreams are believed to be vehicles for the soul to leave the physical world and travel to other realms. Although modern science has not yet proven this, the complexity of dream experiences suggests they are not just random brain activity. When it comes to time in dreams, most people have experienced dreams that seem to last for hours, even though only a few minutes have passed in real life. This is not just an illusion. Studies show that the perception of time in dreams differs greatly from our waking state. During REM sleep, the brain operates on a different internal clock. Some lucid dreamers have conducted experiments, such as counting or performing simple tasks in dreams, and compared the dream duration with real-world time upon waking. The results indicate that time dilation can occur in dreams. In other words, consciousness in dreams may not be bound by the same physical laws as when awake. This raises a profound question. If the mind can experience time differently in dreams, could it be that time itself, as we understand it, is merely a mental construct, not an absolute law? So the question is, why do we forget most dreams? Have you ever woken from a dream and believed you'd remember it forever, only for it to fade and vanish within minutes? Why does this happen? If dreams were meaningless, why would the brain actively erase them? One explanation is that the hippocampus, the brain region responsible for memory, functions differently during sleep. It doesn't store dreams the same way it does waking memories, possibly because dreams serve a different purpose. Some researchers believe that forgetting dreams is a protective mechanism. If we remembered every detail of our dreams, the boundary between reality and fantasy could blur. The brain might be designed to discard most of these experiences to help us clearly distinguish real life from the dream world. However, the fact that some dreams stay with us for years suggests that not all dreams are meaningless. There is an urban legend that says, if you die in a dream, you will also die in real life. But in reality, countless people have experienced death in dreams and still wake up completely healthy. What does this reveal about consciousness and death? Some researchers believe that dying in a dream is the mind's way of simulating an extreme transformation. It may symbolize a major shift in perception or the ending of a phase in the subconscious. Many people who dream of death wake up with a profound sense of awakening, or even change the way they live. From a neurological perspective, sleep and death share some similarities. In both states, consciousness detaches from the physical world, the body reduces its activity, and external stimuli lose their significance. In fact, some people who have had near-death experiences report feeling as though they were floating in a dream, encountering other beings or revisiting memories from the past. If dreaming is a form of temporary disconnection from reality, perhaps it is training the mind for the ultimate disconnection: death. Whatever science may eventually explain, one thing is certain. Dreams are not just moments of rest for the brain. They reveal hidden layers of consciousness, distort time, bend space, and sometimes pull us out of ordinary life to connect with experiences beyond the physical reality. What are they really? That remains a mystery. But one thing is clear: sleep is not just sleep. It is a gateway to something far deeper than we have ever believed. If you've made it this far, comment 100% below to confirm that you've absorbed the knowledge from this video. To explore even more mysterious and fascinating topics, check out the recommended video on your screen right now. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to support the growth of the channel. Thank you all.